Good afternoon. This is Derek Ross again with the second part of the annual operating plan. The first part that we had completed was the expenditure plan, and this is the second part of it, Plan Part A. We've done it backwards, and this is where you would explain the program of the expenditures, and it's pretty well mirrored towards the expenditure plan with regards to administration, core services, funded programs, partnerships, and childcare. So when you're looking at this, this is a sample First Nation AOP narrative part, which is narrative slash activities. And so this has the numbers for CRF, EI, and childcare as well. And the First Nations Job Fund in this part does not apply, as we talked about earlier with the expenditure plan. So with the annual operating plan, the narrative, we're talking about the administration, and following that, there's the core program services, and then we have the funded programs, which we had talked about in our expenditure plan. And this explains what those programs are going to be doing. Okay. And we also have third party we talked about, which is there's no third party in this sample First Nation AOP. Then there's partnership development and childcare. So brief explanations on how to complete this part of the annual operating plan, and it's pretty pretty straightforward. Okay, so you have your strategic business plan links. It talks about the business plan, but FPDI does the business plan and also the annual operating plans. It's up to the First Nations just to complete the annual operational plan, not worrying about the 5-year strategic business plan. So then there's a description of the supporting activities, timeframes, and annual goals and targets, which is optional. So we'll start with administration. So with administration, so we talked about when it's administrative work, it's all dealing with paperwork and not with clients. So for the staff, the employment training coordinator will review all claims, ensure EI eligibility, prepare the AOP, assist with audit, ensure files are compliant, submits quarterly financial reports. Administrative assistant will answer calls, assist with inputs into ARMS, assist clients with completion of applications, provide assistance with copying, faxing, etc. And then the finance director slash administration will process the claims, review general ledgers, process all the checks, reimbursements and payments to clients, bank reconciliations, assist with the audit preparation. And that's for the most part all year round, with the exception of audit preparation, which we're talking about next year. Professional services, we have accounting support, auditor, legal services, IT support. Okay. Also, we have the organizational capacity building, and that is taking training, staff training, leadership training throughout the year, and this is going to help the employee better their jobs, whether they take a course in, say, human resource management or finances. It's going to help them get to the next step of their position. And then we have communications and marketing. For this sample First Nation, it's all to do with advertising on the radio station. They also post training opportunities by their office and throughout the community. Next is the core services, and that's where we're dealing with the clients. So the staff will continue to work directly with clients to provide education and training, client assessments, training interventions, on-the-job supports, employment follow-up, client management, job creation projects, resume writing, and job seeking. And that will be all year round as well. And then they'll continue to provide the best opportunities for their clients. That's the goal. Next, getting to the funded program activities, and that's where after your administration you're doing the programs, the training programs. So we talked about in the expenditure plan, this mirrors the expenditure plan. So the youth support program, this is where it explains those amounts we talked about. So this is the work experience program here, and it offers six months on-the-job work experience with the operation and maintenance of a youth drop-in center. There will be career counseling provided throughout, in turn incorporating career exploration and skill training. This will take 4 to 6 months term position throughout the year. For youths 18 to 30 years of age, out of school and unemployed. The next training program would be Community Computer Training Center, IC3 certification, resume writing, job search. And the description of this is the IC3 computer certification offers all entry-level skills required of most employment opportunities. It provides computer access to community members for job readiness and searching 7 days a week, 14 hours a day. This will happen throughout the year, and it'll certify 10 community members, including youth, unemployed, and existing employees with job seeking. The next one is the Enhancement Year Program. So that offers life skills, career counseling, personal counseling, work experience to recent grade 12 grads that will be proceeding into post-secondary institutes. And that'll happen September to August, preparing the 10 individuals. Red River College training. There's ECE training, there's counseling, and there's youth worker. They'll be selecting clients throughout the application and interview to attend VJK, preparing them for career opportunities in partnership with the First Nation post-secondary program. And that's a 10-month duration and going to be helping 10 unemployed clients move to the next level. The Youth Mentorship Program, that provides work experience in all First Nation government programs and services, workshops, short courses, business counseling, and on the job. And that's throughout the year as well. And the goal is to have 4 unemployed youth from between the ages of 18 to 30 of age wanting work experience and training in government. And then the next line item that we talked about through the expenditure plan is mobility, and that's providing financial assistance and counseling to members that have secured employment outside the community. So that'll get them to their job through travel, get them some equipment if need be to do their jobs, and that's going to assist 20 members they are targeting for the year. The next training is partnership training, single training in urban institutes, establishing wage subsidy agreements with employers. All year, approved throughout the year as programs are identified, and that's 3 wage agreements. Next, we have youth workshops, and through this they're taking groups of youth outside the community to introduce them to careers, business potential, educational institutes. And that's year round. They want to target 20 youth between the ages of 15 to 30. The next training is Class 1 truck driver training, and they will enroll clients into a recognized training program. And this will happen between April to March, assisting with gaining certification to obtain job. Heavy equipment operator training is the last item that we talked about in the expenditure plan, and this is going to enroll clients into recognized training program, and it's going to happen throughout the year, and it'll assist with gaining certification to obtain a job. The third party, again, we mentioned there was no third party transfer, so that is left blank. And then I talked about the coordinator's job. Part of the coordinator's job is to meet with institutes and employers to try and start some partnerships with regards to training. And so with this partnership, there's an existing partnership activity, and you'd want to identify and explain activities that will undertake in the coming year to maintain and strengthen existing partnerships. And then any new partnerships activities, please, we would want you to identify and explain activities that you plan to undertake in the coming year to develop new partnerships. Okay, and finally, we have childcare. And under this agreement, this sample First Nation has a daycare program, and so it's program delivery, and it's to provide services for band employees, students, and CFS. The priority that First Peoples Development asks of the First Nations is that it would be the students that we are putting into training would have the first priority of having their children in daycare. The second priority would be if there is room left over to take band employees' children. And then lastly, CFS and social for childcare spots if they're open. And we expect them to implement native language, theme-related seasons, different cultures, crafts, playtime, prepare snacks in accordance with the National Food Guide, develop motor skills, interaction skills with peers, and learn how to follow instructions and rules. The capital part of it is describing any capital investments planned related to childcare in the coming year. So if there is some minor upgrades that need to be done within the daycare, they need to identify that in a plan to First Peoples Development, and that's all year round as well. And last but not least, we have the targets. Every community has to set their own targets for how many people they're going to train and hopefully get jobs. So in this first column, they think they're going to serve, oh, pardon me, gotta get to that page. There we go. The clients served, they're looking at 11 EI clients, 70 CRF clients. For this part, First Nations Job Fund does not apply to this sample plan. And through those clients that they've served, their targets are going to be 4 of those 11 would find employment. And out of the 70 CRF clients, there would be 28 CRF clients that would gain employment through the training. Then the last part is return to school. Total of the EI and CRF, they're looking at 18 returning to school after training or work experience. And then these 2 agreements need to be signed off and approved by First Peoples Development. And that's what they will follow throughout the year. So that is the end of my presentation. Thank you and have a great day.